personally, I have not been involved with really probably no more than 1 or 2 this year. And I don't think that either one of those had to do with the food itself. Again, I can tell you based on my past experience, we've had other companies come in, and then for the information, and nobody would put in a bid, or once they do put in a bid, they never really hear anything further. So I really don't know. I mean, Mr. Karate, you have any input on what we've had in the past as far as any other input from anybody?
No, I think I've said a lot about this. I really don't get any complaints, and I don't. I'm not lying to you. We do this with the committee. We brought Pontoni in. They've handled everything. I don't know what else to do. I don't know why you want an unknown company, and you're going to have the same little issues with any company that you bring in here. I'm sorry. There are many districts in Bergen County. I've given you articles. They're on the news. They stay on top of everything. They're just providing lunch for $2.70, following all federal state regulations.
Okay.
They're willing to come in and speak to any board member. I know. Usually you go out for proposals, looking for another company because sales are down, there's financial troubles, there's some reason why you're doing it. I have no reason to do it. And it's not that I am married to this company or anything. I don't care who you have in here, just that there's no issue.
Nothing's going to be perfect, right? The bottom line is, as far as the food itself, I have not had any complaints from any parents. As I said, there were 1 or 2 things that happened over the course of the year which were resolved. And again, that is food related. So I think that's where we are. All right, so moving on, any other questions? Up to 26. Okay, I'm going to move now from 27th through number 30.
Well, 27, the attorney reviewed the bids. There's an issue with the low bidder, so we're working that out with the attorney, and if it gets resolved by Wednesday, we'll be making an award to either that company or possibly the second lowest bidder.
Okay. Was the low bidder the same person who did this?
No.
Okay.
That's 27. I'm looking at 28, 29, and 30. Seeing no questions, I will give it back to the president. Oh, if I included that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Certainly, if anybody wants a little more time to look at that on the policies. 1 to 23 on the policy. Second.
Thank you, Mr. Rashid. Okay, committee reports. Go with budget.
Well, we had that meeting last week. I wasn't able to attend, so it's on. Hello. Okay. I'd like to speak into a microphone. Okay. April 25th, we had the budget meeting. Article 26th, I know it was a blur for me that week. I was not here, but I know Ray handled it well, and that's all I have to say. Are we good? Anything else? We're good with that, right? Thank you.
Release and grounds.
Nothing new to report from last month.
Thank you, Mr. DeGio. Curriculum, instruction, technology.
Nothing new to report from last time.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. Negotiations, Ms. Sarelli.
Negotiations committee met tonight with the administrators, and we're working on it.
Thank you. Policy.
Well, as you can see, policy committee met and we revised almost 23 policies. It was nothing earth-shattering. It's all state mandated.
Okay, correspondence? Whole business? New business?
New business. Request a meeting for Thursday night if the curriculum committee is available at about 5 to 5:30. Administrators have been looking over new report cards for the next school year, reflective of the using Writers Workshop being standards-based. So I would like them to meet with the Board of Ed prior to us moving any further. So I was thinking if we could possibly have a meeting again on this Thursday at 5 or 5:30, if those people are available. So, I have to let you know. That works.
That's the 11th, right?
Yeah. Okay. That good? All right. All right, so what I'll try to do is set something for next week. Are you done with this answer? Okay, all right, so I'll go back to the supervisor. Check on a date for next week. Okay, thank you.
Okay. I'd like to open the meeting to the public.
On
Cool.
new business,
Yes.
Chair, I know I had talked to Ray and Tony about this, but I'd just like to put it out there as to getting something somewhere in the school dedicated to Jack and Kenny as with us. Don't know what, whether your room or plaque something. I just think all the years that man gave this district and the impact that he's had on many people, he should be.
Okay. So that's something we can have a formal discussion on? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Should I open the meeting to the public? Can I get a motion?
Second.
Second. Anyone wish to be heard? Okay. Residents are requested to state their names, address, and subject matter. In the event it appears the public comment portion of the meeting may exceed 45 minutes, the presiding officer may limit each statement made by a participant to 5-minute durations. Issues raised by members of the public may or may not be responded to by the board. All comments will be considered and a response will be forthcoming if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of others individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding students and employees of the board are discouraged and will not be responded to by the board. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded by the laws of New Jersey. The board bears no responsibility nor will it be liable for any comments made by the members of the public. Members of the public should consider their comments in light of legal rights of those affected or identified in their comments and be aware that they are legally responsible and liable for their comments.
Okay, good evening. Kim Scanapiaco, 792 Saddle River Road. I have a couple of issues that I wanted to speak about. Some of the issues kind of go back a month or so, but the information that I received was kind of after the fact, after that meeting, and last month I had surgery, so I couldn't be here. So the first issue that I wanted to discuss, especially being a past board member, was the high school cheer trip. I had several calls from parents bringing the attention that there were 5 chaperones, 2 coaches, which made it 7 chaperones for a squad of 20. It was the first year that that was ever done. We had discussed it in months prior during open policy. We had met with parents who were part of the parent organizations. There were some things that we discovered through that meeting that we were hoping to correct, which were not. 2 of the chaperones for cheer drove in their own car and not the bus. So my question is, does that put the district at risk? They're chaperones, right? If they're supposed to be, first of all, I don't understand the ratio. You're talking, out of the 22, those girls were already 18. So to have a 2.5, to 1 ratio, you didn't do it for softball, that ratio. You didn't do it for Washington. I don't think that ratio applied anywhere else in any other trip. Why cheer? It's already an organization that does not get a lot of financial support from the school because it's technically not a sport. So the parents are paying for everything, minus the competition fees. They pay for uniforms, everything. So by allowing 5 parents to go free because they're chaperones, that organization now has to pick up 2 rooms, bus fare, food, entry fees. It's quite a bit. On top of that, they have to pay for choreography because that's not done. So that's a lot of money before your kid even touches the expenses that really occur, for that. So I was very angry to hear about that because that's not what I agreed to. When I approved the trip, like I said, we paid for a lawyer to come and listen to parents, and we were supposed to create policies to fix these problems. And then we kind of overkill on one trip and don't fix the rest of the problems. And I do believe that the district is put at risk by allowing things like that. Parents are paying for chaperones, but they're in their own car. Were they in their own car down there, or did they ride the bus? And if they rode the bus, the parents have to pay for that, but yet they took their car. It just doesn't make sense. It just was not good planning. I don't think it was good decision making. Softball during that meeting revealed to us that parents were staying in rooms with students. Was that corrected this year? They rented cars to transport the students. Was that corrected this year? Does anybody know? The other thing that I wanted to speak about are, for the past 2 years, I have really fought hard to even the playing field in both coaching salaries, cuts, forming freshman teams, and was unsuccessful. And I was hoping to leave that into the hands of people coming in and the rest of the group, and yet I got more phone calls that there were cuts to cheer again, to football cheer. This is not about, a coach's decision who makes the team. It's not about that. It really is not about that. It's about the need for a freshman team in cheer and not doing that. Competition, had 18 girls come out 2 years ago. That's enough to manage a freshman team. We say that we collaborate with the mayor and, we're working together. Well, the township has built this dynasty, if you will, of cheer. I mean, this program in the last 20 years has quadrupled. And then they get to high school and we can't continue those programs. So, we talked as a board why people leave our school district and things like that. Why aren't we fostering this? These girls that got cut have cheered since 3rd grade on competition cheer for rec, national titles, but they can't make a football cheer team. Furthermore, 3 years ago, it was mandatory that if you cheered for comp in high school, you had to cheer for football, which I fought to stop, because I don't believe children should be forced to do anything. It actually kind of guarantees that a coach has a job, in my opinion. But there was no cutoff then. Why is there a cutoff now? It's football cheer. I just don't understand if we didn't have the cross, we put it in, and in a year, it went to varsity. With 14 boys on the team when it takes 11 to man a field. So that's a need, but 18 freshmen coming up are not a need. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, I just think that the cheerleaders are discriminated against. I think the coaches' salaries prove that, and I think the actions of not forming a freshman team when there's a need, the numbers are there. The numbers are there and the talent is there. So I wanted to bring this to everybody's attention because I'm very upset. Has nothing to do, my kids, nobody. But as you know, that I like to have a voice and I will fight for what is right. And I feel like this has just been kind of left and is dangling, once again. And it's at the price of our students, which everybody up here says that's their main priority. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim.
Good evening, Sean Bell, 511 Fairlawn Parkway. To go with what Kim was saying, I have a daughter. I have two daughters, shared the program since we moved here in 2010. My daughter's been cheering, my youngest was cut from high school squad. My oldest is going into senior year, kind of like a rite of passage. She's not a captain, which I wasn't here nor there, but anyway. The second thing though is my youngest has been cheering since third grade. Competition, she was a base in every stunt group last year, on Spirit. Everybody praises our town for the cheer. We're rivals. Everybody, oh God, it's Attleboro. They're gonna kill us. They cut 5 girls. Last time I checked, the football field was 100 yards wide. You can't fit 5 girls that have been cheering for their whole lives. And then what the girls do, what the parents do. The money I've spent is kind of ridiculous for something that's not gonna, the only thing it's helping is their self-esteem. And then they walk into the thing, they cheer their little hearts out, and then, oh, I'm sorry, you're cut. We had an email 5 minutes after the tryout. Who made that decision? 5 minutes. The kids weren't even home. And it's just, it crushed my daughter. What the cheer program has done for these kids is ridiculous. It really is. It changed them. They went from being shy little kids to outgoing to members of the community. I don't know what I'm really trying to say here, but it's 5 kids. If it's the cost of a uniform, I'll pay for all 5 of them. I don't care. But, come on, they're freshmen. And you have these girls leaving, the seniors are going to be leaving. So what our kids got told were, hey, try out again next year. I know I wouldn't want to try out again. It's not the current squad. I can understand if it's current. It's the football. You go to heights, they got 60 cheerleaders on the field. And we can't have football. I don't know.
Sean, if I could, how many do they have now?
They say 30. We checked the email addresses. It was over 30. I spoke to the athletic director the other day, and nothing against the man. I never personally met him. It sounded like he was reading off the script. I brought up other sports. Didn't care. 30 girls. That's 15 girls per coach. Not for nothing. I've been to every football game. The coaches aren't the ones. You got the upperclassmen telling the lowerclassmen what to do. I'm not nothing against them. I don't know what they do in practice. I'm not there. But on the field, it's the upperclassmen, it's the captains, it's the seniors. It's, whoever's the better cheerleader. Not for nothing. And the coaches are just walking back and forth. And most of the time, it's not the teacher coaches. It's the student coaches are telling them what to do. All right, do this, do that. I've been to every football game in the last 3 years at the high school. The last 6 at rec. And it's not these little coaches. And they're not babysitting. But we're talking about high schoolers here. So I don't know.
Mr. Bell, I just have a question. Was this year any different than prior years? I mean, you said you have a daughter who's currently in 12th grade.
I do.
When she came here, did she do tryouts as a freshman or?
She's been on the team every year.
Okay, from
And
freshman
my,
year
and
on?
my youngest that was cut is a much stronger cheerleader than my older one.
So,
I'm not trying to,
so I did hear a little bit about this, some concern. So I looked at, they're actually using some kind of a rubric to make cuts, and the two coaches do the tryouts. I hear both sides of the argument here, and it's something that I think we need to look into. The problem, if there's any problem, is the fact that we don't really have a JV squad or JV football team in the sense that they're playing 10 games like the varsity team. So there is no need, in the sense, again, to have a JV type of coach squad, but it doesn't cancel out what you're saying is maybe have all the students on there. I think we just need to revisit this to give those girls a chance to be part of the group, and then participate, even if they participate on a secondary type of squad within the main squad or something like that, so they are doing something at some of the games. But it is something we have to revisit. I'm not aware of any other concerns about the squad itself. So again, I was just wondering if there was something happened in the past year or two where it's
like I
changed.
said, the biggest thing is like, and it's not just because it's my daughter. Like we saw it last year, we saw it the year before. Like last year, they brought all the kids on. They originally said, "Oh, we're cutting two." I was like, "Let them come on."
All right.
You at this level, you cut these kids. It's been their life for years, and you want to talk. Sorry. No, but it's the only thing that I know a lot of girls don't. These kids, on their phones or on their iPads. They don't come out of their freaking rooms. You send them to cheer, and they're happy. They're all over the place. They're making friends. If our kids aren't like us, they don't go riding bikes. They don't go hanging out and finding their friends. When I was bored, I'd walk down the street and I'd find 5 friends. They don't do that.
Yeah, you're much younger than I am, so I know that.
Probably not much, thank you. But
that's
seriously, it's only 5
well,
games.
give us a chance to take a look at this. See what the situation is, and just move ahead from there. I mean, obviously, it sounds like I'm only here for this year. That I'm new this year, put it that way, and I'm not really familiar with what took place last year. I don't know the setup. I really didn't realize until recently that we don't really have a JV squad or a freshman group or anything else. It's just varsity.
Right, they do have JV football players.
Yeah, they do. But that's what I go back to is, from what I understand, they're only playing about 4 or 5 games a year. So whatever.
Let my kid cheer 4 or 5 games.
That's exactly what I said.
Let them suit
That's
up
what
and
I said.
they can sit there
before,
and
is that they do something
just make them
on
happy.
a smaller number that reflects that, then that's fine. Let us get an opportunity to look into it. And I appreciate your informing us.
Well, I appreciate you listening to me.
And Mr. Bell, if I'm legally allowed, I'll split it with you. If it's the uniforms, I'll split it with you.
I appreciate that. I'm
Yeah,
dead
because
serious.
if that's the case, that's silly.
If that's, I've spent more than that in 1 year on tumbling lessons. For kids that don't tumble on the grass. It's just, thank you. But anyway, I appreciate the word hearing me.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak. My name is Jennifer Wolf, and I live at 27 Ackerman Avenue here in Saddlebrook. And I'm also speaking on the same issue. And I believe it's actually 6 girls. There are 5 that were previously cheering together. My daughter is the 6th and had never cheered. And so I wanted to speak up on behalf of forming some type of JV squad for those kids who, my daughter may be the only person this year, but in future years I'm sure there will be others who look at the girls who've been doing it their whole lives and say, wow, I never signed up as a youngster, but I see how much fun they're having and I want to give it a go and I want to try. And one thing that you just might not realize is that the girls had about an hour and 15 minutes to learn all the jumps, all the cheers, and the dance routine required for the tryout. And then for the tryout, you did the dance routine with a team of people. You got paired up with other people, but you didn't know until you were going who you were doing it with. So it wasn't like you could practice ahead of time. I mean, even American Idol gives you that one night where you've got, you're paired up or whatever. So I would just say, not only would it be great to have some type of JV opportunity, but also for any kind of tryout experience to give kids time to learn what it is they're going to be evaluated on, so that they can have the opportunity to really feel like they're doing their best. And if it works out that they do their best and it doesn't work out and they're not on the squad, those kinds of things happen in life. I mean, I'm sure we're all coaching our kids through disappointment too, but boy, I would love for disappointment to come after ample time to express one's skill and aptitude. It seems like there was one more thing I was going to say and it's slipping my mind now. So again, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And are there any questions?
No, but if you think of the one more thing, you can just send me an email.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Wolf.
I'm Rosa Proto, 583 Ash Ave. Same thing. My daughter went out for tryouts. She cheered her whole life. She cheered for a competition, and last year she made the Saddlebrook High School competition team. And then she doesn't make this.
So already, what year is she currently?
She's a freshman. She made the Saddlebrook High School competition team as an alternate. Still made the team. So now she doesn't make football. She goes out for football and doesn't make football. Right away they told her they're going to cut 16 girls. So she was like already upset. And then they cut 6. And she was one. How does that happen? So this is what I'm here to
So that's
say.
just, I think the message from everybody regarding this topic is pretty much the same. There's a need here. There appears to be a need. I'm sure there might be some other girls that would be part of this to try to have a program to accommodate the younger students, the younger girls who are not ready so much for varsity, or if they are, put them on varsity, or to come up with some kind of.
My daughter's going to be a sophomore.
Yeah. So,
Coming year. She's not a freshman.
but we'll
She's
start.
been, all her friends made it too, and I don't know, she almost feels like it's me, I said, no, it's not you. But that's it, I just wanted to, and then again, 6 girls, I couldn't add to the team, and then last year there was no cuts.
Do you know how many girls there were last year?
That came up last year, we took like 15. First year, Jess tried out, 2 girls tried out. So their bus, and we had 12 girls. Next year, we had 30. And then this year, next year, they had a couple.
All right. Okay, so basically, we just need some time to look this over and see what the history has been, if there's something that we can look to for the future to make this better.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Rosa. Anyone else wish to be heard? Like to close the meeting to public?
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Like to convene into closed session. To recess to close executive session to discuss personnel, HIV investigations, contract negotiations, and matters covered by the attorney-client privilege for NJSA 10-4-6, Open Public Meetings Act. The subject matter discussed may be disclosed to the public if and when the need for confidentiality no longer exists. Actions may be taken when the board reconvenes the open session. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Okay. Thank you so much for coming out tonight.